Massachusetts is difficult right now, and it's about to get a lot harder. See, truck dealers now need to follow a new rule and sell a certain amount of electric trucks. Dealers say the demand and the technology aren't ready. As WBC's Logan Hall learned, buyers will be caught in the middle.
A lot full of trucks for sale, you won't find one from this year.
We have customers coming in every day to order a new truck, and you know, the fact of the matter is, unless we have it on the lot today, we cannot order it.
It's happening at dealers across the state, unable to sell new trucks because of a new requirement from the Healy administration that started this year. It states that 7% of new medium and heavy-duty truck sales must be electric vehicles. So once his inventory is gone,
when these trucks are gone, it's it for Massachusetts.
Vice President of the Peterbilt Store's New England division, Matt Preston, says without long-range batteries and a lack of charging stations, there's just not a market to sell that many heavy-duty EV trucks.
We really don't have the infrastructure in place to be able to accommodate that. Plus, we're very limited in the applications that we have for electric trucks, so it really restricts what we can do.
Jason Mathers with the Environmental Defense Fund has a different take. He says these requirements are a step in the right direction.
I think there's an urgent need, right, given the human health impacts, right, for addressing diesel pollution. And I would say the technology, right, is ready and it's getting better every day, right? We've had over this past year about 35,000 trucks, zero emission trucks sold in the U.S.
But from a business standpoint, Matt says his company can't take a loss on ordering electric trucks if customers won't buy them.
We're not going to put ourselves in a position of deficit that we, 3 years down the road, that we have so many electric trucks to make up when we're really not sure where the technology is going at this point.
Now, dealers actually tell me that they hope the state will reconsider their position on this matter because those long-term impacts on their business could be catastrophic. Matt tells me he's actually excited for the EV technology to get to a place.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Because how they gonna travel distances?
Bro, Slim been saying the technology isn't there, right? We've been talking about this EV shit for a long time, or for this whole we almost a year to this show, and Slim been saying it. And then, right, in the state of California, they mandatory in this shit, right? They done banned all the motherfucking small engines. By 2040, they want nothing but EVs on the lots. They don't want no gas-powered cars, but we got people in the Senate or in the legislature trying to reverse that shit. But like Slim said, the fucking technology, and at the end of that clip right there, bruh said that this eventually probably gonna hurt his business, bruh. Let's talk about this shit, man.
Because first of all, it's three things. It's no infrastructure, so they need to be talking infrastructure before they start trying to be heavy-handed with these policies. You have no real infrastructure for it.
Charging stations, mechanics. You've been saying all this too, bro.
You're going out of state too. I would imagine a lot of these trucks, right? They're going in and out of state.
Look, the average Tesla takes 30 to 45 minutes to charge. So how long is it going to take for a semi to charge, which a battery is going to be way bigger than a Tesla? That's number two. Number three, there's not cost effective, you know what I mean? Because they said I guess I'm gonna just go off the Tesla semi. They said that there's a 300-mile one and a 500-mile one. No, you need a 1,000-mile one, but a 500-mile one, and then you got to sit there. You got to get to an electric charging station, which after 500 miles, you be ready to shut down and go to sleep. That's a day. That's a day's.
That's 8 hours right there.
Yeah, that's a day's worth of work. So you be ready to shut down and go to sleep. And 8 hours, shit, it might be 9 to 10 depending on traffic. Everything, it varies.
There it is. There, see.
So now
you're only going about 55. You're supposed to only go 55. So it's your average 500 miles is longer than somebody that's driving a regular car going 75.
Yeah. Then on top of that, it's not cost effective because the maintenance, you don't have mechanics that can work on that just as of yet. Diesel mechanics that can work on EV trucks just as of yet. So where you're gonna go to the dealership every time, like, and then that all depends on the type of warranty you have, because some costs are not covered under a powertrain warranty.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like wear and tear parts. You know what I'm saying? And then we have trucks now that had back orders on shit because of COVID and shit like that. People are just bouncing back from that. So it's just stupid for these states to be heavy-handed with that, because it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? When you build an infrastructure, when you make fast chargers that can charge a truck in, let's say, 30 minutes or less, really I would say 20.
Charging stations.
Because time is tight when you running like, say you over the road and you running a load, time is tight. You don't have 45 minutes to sit there just charging a truck.
Right.
And then not to mention the other trucks that got to get charged.
So you might need so now we're talking like a giant ass like Costco sized lot where you could have all these trucks charging simultaneously.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And then you have to give the truck stops incentive to even build those in their stations, because now they have to expand and they have to make room for that. Which if they, they're only accommodated for what they have. Some truck stops are bigger than the others, but those are the ones that are like further out, like in the middle America and stuff like that, and down south. But they have to make room for that, which is going to compromise parking, which parking is already a problem. There's not enough truck parking as it is.
I mean, shit, that's an entire gig for somebody, right? Somebody just stands in the lot all day, moving trucks around and shit.
Yeah. But so it doesn't make any sense. And if I was him and they trying to be heavy-handed on it, you keep selling it, they tell you something, you're just gonna have to relocate.
Yeah, for a state to mandate that they need to sell a certain amount of those trucks in order to order the gas-powered trucks is crazy. In that video, he said
that was Massachusetts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Boston. They was in Boston.
They don't even have a lot of trucks.
Electric cars.
They don't even got a lot of truck stops. See, so we don't even want you sliding through Massachusetts.
Like when you first get up to Boston itself doesn't have a lot of Boston itself. I haven't seen that one. I'm pretty sure there may be one, but Boston as a city is tight. You know what I mean? Traffic is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been to Boston before. In that joint, you got to get in and out of there, and you can probably hit a station on the way back. But in Boston itself, I haven't seen them. They probably might be some, but I don't think they're plentiful because it's a tight city.
Oh, my mama.
In Boston,
the electric vehicle.
Get in the car.
Get in the car. Oh, my mama. But hey, in that video, bruh said the dude that was for that law said that it was only 35,000 sold in the U.S. the year before, right? So 35,000 across 50 states, bro. And some of these states probably ain't even really trapping like that, buying shit like that, man. The motherfucker, that's not a lot of a unit sold across the nation. We probably got, a whole bunch more of. I mean, there, it's a matter of, it's a known fact that
I've seen a guy that claims he has a truck. I don't know if he's capping or not, because some of these dudes, they be online saying they doing this and that, and they really just trying to sell courses. And I ain't gonna give him no fame and nothing like that either. But he said, yeah, when the Tesla truck come out, I'm gonna get me a Tesla truck. I'm already on the list for one. I said, yeah, but you run a small trucking company, and I don't even know if that's true, because I've never seen homie fleet, none of that. The man does everything besides trucking. But regardless, I said for a small fleet owner, that's not a plus.
Top of the morning, huh?
Because the money that you're gonna save in gas, you know what I mean, it's gonna clean you up in infrastructure, maintenance. You're not gonna be able. You're gonna have problems trying to get loads places because I'm running low on my battery and I can't get close to a charging station. So what's gonna happen? You're gonna make that driver's job a living hell.
Yeah.
Because you're not driving the shit. And any owner operator out there, they know better than that. They know better than to buy some shit like that.
Yeah. No, I mean, like the logistics of what you're saying, because already when you in the gas powered, you know what I mean, you said the traffic and shit, and I didn't think about that. Then when Bogey said only 55 miles per hour, nigga, you know what I mean, that LA ride, I can make that motherfucker a 5-hour ride if I really wanted to, because I'm in a personal vehicle and I can push that I-5 85, 90, you know what I mean, depending on what city I'm, you know what I mean? So for y'all to go ahead and only have a certain amount of hours to get to, you know, in a certain amount of miles. Now, if I got to pull over for 45 minutes, am I getting overtime? Because that's taking me 45 minutes off the road. And, you know, that's probably a couple, you know, 45 miles right there. You know, tell it. That might be a 60 mile, you know what I mean?
If you're over the road, there's no overtime. You don't get paid like that.
See, that's fucked up.
Per mile.
See, that's fucked up. See, we're going to
They
have to
would
change
never pay
that.
hourly to be over the road.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because then
wouldn't have no money.
they have you fucked off.
Yeah,
Or
okay.
them, have them fucked
Well, then
off.
see, then we gonna have to get something in between that, because, like I said, if it's gonna take an hour for my truck to charge, that's an hour less that I'm off the road or on the road. You know, what I mean? I'm an hour behind.
That's now you're an hour behind.
Oh my mama!
Damn.
If you say you'll break 30 minutes, you know what I mean?
Yes,
you know,
sir.
now you're an hour behind.
Yeah, that shit fucked up, bro. On everything.
Wait a minute, hold on. Are they gonna have these electric joints? Are they what's the word? They drive themselves?
Autonomous,
right? Are we gonna go?
That's dangerous.
I was just about to say, bro.
It's dangerous.
I was just about to say, bro, you're gonna have Brett sleeping in the back.
Yeah.
With the little hack, you know, the little hack things that they be having that you strap on the little steering wheel. So it simulates like you drive, like you're holding it.
Yeah, there was a company that tried that BS and they're out of business now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you get one mishap.
It's a wrap.
Yeah, I mean, imagine you're hauling fuel.
Oh shit!
With an autonomous truck. Imagine you're hauling, you know, crude oil, petroleum, nitrous oxide,
lithium.
You know, lithium. I mean, you name it. Like, you really want to take that risk? First of all, your insurance going to be through the roof, and that's another thing with EVs. Your insurance is going to be through the roof.
That is, yeah, because
the way they're looking at it is, if somebody damages this truck, they're going to charge this is new, so they're going to charge an arm and a leg to fix this truck.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you don't have there's no real second and third parties yet. Like
nope.
Like
so now that affects.
Like you got to go to specialties.
Yeah, so now that affects your bottom line.
Yeah.
Because if you're on, let's say if you're on an operator, even if you're a company, insurance runs this business, right? So
yeah,
that affects your bottom line now.
Dang, so that would entail, like, prices would go up if you are these companies that use these electronic vehicles, right?
You would have to raise your price because you have more expense now.
And then for a place like Boston, like you said, where they don't really have what do they call that, stations or whatnot? Or
yes, truck stops.
Truck stops. There you go. Right. So like if they all of a sudden make it electronic, they kind of monopolize that little area of people that utilize their services. Like, hey, you don't have nobody else. You're gonna have to go call elsewhere to get it cheaper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they will.
Yeah. I mean, that's how businesses make money, right? You find the ways to save the money.
The low overhead low and the profits high. So
there you go.
And the cool thing with them EVs is, right, it was supposed to be a story was supposed to cover, but I didn't throw that bitch in there. But when them EVs when they catch on fire, you can't put them motherfuckers out like you put a regular fire out, right? And
nope.
so it was a because of the lithium and shit, you know what I mean? That motherfucker, we seen it went out here going up to 80, going towards fucking Reno, or it might have been on the 50 going towards Tahoe, but it was going north or going that, you know, towards Nevada, right? And that motherfucker blew up. And they had to let that bitch just, you know what I mean, just let that bitch go.
Burn out.
On my mama. 100%. So, you know what I mean, with this, and like how you said, just imagine what you hauling. and that motherfucker end up going. You know what I mean? That shit crazy, bro.
What if you're an electric truck hauling other electric trucks?
Right. Like this shit. And they trying to mandate this shit. This is mandatory.
Nuke.
Yeah, they need to. Well, what they need to do?
Top of the morning, Peacock.
Come together and what they need to do is come together and try to get that bill knocked down.
Yeah, we got somebody out here trying to do it.
Yeah, you're making the bills, but you're not in the business. You're not driving trucks. You're not doing none of that. You don't even understand nothing about the business. But you make a stupid ass bill like that.
Yeah, that dude that was talking about it, he didn't sound like he was in no trucking too.
Right, that motherfucker he just sits in his office and makes the laws.
For health purposes, zero
health purposes.
Trucks.
Okay, so let's convert.
You ain't on no road.
All right, so let's convert some of them plants to EV because they release the most toxins in the air. Period.
Ooh, get them, Slim.
Let's reverse some of those plants to EV. Why they're not using green energy?
Man, you know what? That's crazy that you said that, right? So I was watching Forensic Files last night before I dozed off, and so it's this stretch of highway in Tennessee, the Highway 75, where it's known for getting foggy at, right? And you got little lakes and shit, rivers, that border the fucking highway, right? But these motherfuckers, right? One of the person, may everybody that on that in that accident rest in peace. But one of the people's passed away hired a lawyer, got some environmentalists and shit like that, right? Nigga, it's a fucking rubber plant 3 miles away, like you said, letting off the shit in the air. The motherfucking environment's lawyer, whatever the fuck they did was they found out that since this shit is pushing all this shit in the air and that the motherfucking weather didn't have not enough moisture in it to create the fall. I didn't finish it because I dozed off, but what they was trying to put 2 and 2 together, and which they did, was that since the power plant was letting all that shit off, not the power plant, the tire plant was letting that shit in the air, they're the ones that caused the fall. So I'm pretty sure that they end up suing that plant, bro, and the state, 100%. December 11th, 1990. You can go pull this shit up right now. Highway 75 in Tennessee.
That's some science right there, B.
100%, bro.
That motherfucking scientist.
That's just like how the Slim said about putting that shit in the air, man. Let's get that shit right. You talking about this environmental shit?
Yeah,
100%. Oh my mama, y'all got anything going out on this joint?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's just they're gonna keep trying this dumb shit, but Trump's in office, so I don't think he's gonna go for it. And Vance used to be over those more pro trucking businesses, you know what I'm saying? So
okay,
yeah, I don't think Vance is gonna be going for that too if that stuff ever goes federal.
Yeah, Trump does have he has a background in real estate and construction and unions and shit like that, right? So the trucking, he's gonna be sympathetic to that shit. But then also, I mean, maybe you got Elon in there, listen, bro, we need all electronic. Okay.
No, we don't. No, we don't. Because, and then people are not realizing, okay, the carbon, the what it takes to make those batteries. No, not the carbon footprint, but what it takes to make those batteries. You know what I mean?
Back.
What about those factories? You know what I mean? My thing is, if you want to do it, you have to build an infrastructure first. And I ain't talking about 1 or 2 states. I'm talking about over half the country has to build an infrastructure. The infrastructure has to be done federally. It has to be federally funded. Once you build the infrastructure and you have the mechanics and the shops and all that in place, then you can introduce stuff like that and make bills like that because you have the system to support it. So
yeah. And we are living in the day and age where we have some of the most phenomenal genius minds out there, and they'll create ways to have universal free energy, and then they end up missing.
Yeah.
My thing is right, this trucking industry has been around ever since, we've been advancing the automobile, and not only the trucking industry, right? When that motherfucking ship got caught in the canal out in the Mediterranean or wherever the fuck it was at in the Middle East, right? That ship had a lot of shit on that shit, right? And it shut down a lot of the world because other ships couldn't get through there, right? But where that ship, when they get to its final destination and they get to one of them ports and they get to taking them containers off, what are they putting those containers on?
They're putting them on
They're putting them on fucking trucks. So that shit gets, we need that, man. Look, you can't change an industry in 20, 30 fucking years that's been around for 70 fucking years, man. 100%, and you're mandating this. This is slowing shit down. It's part of, these motherfuckers that's mandating this shit. They got them motherfucking lobbyists and shit like that. This
what it is?
It's alternative motives and shit like that, man. You slowing shit down, bro. We need these niggas.
When you make a bill like that, you need to holler at a person that's like a big wig and like a CEO of that understands supply chain.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Come on now, man.
Because they can break it down. They can, it's going to affect the supply chain.
There it is, bro. On my mind. Facts. And that's what's pissing me off about it, because it like I was just talking, like we was talking off camera about, my little business, you know what I mean? And how this pertain to my business is you can't buy gas powered shit no more out here. Man, I don't want to be riding on my truck with hella batteries and woo-wop this and switching shit out woo-wop when I could just pour gas and you know what I mean? Come on now. This shit bullshit, but that's a different show for a different day. Yeah. Oh, my mama.
We have to go hybrid before we go fully electric.
On everything, bro.
And in order to go hybrid, which is like half the vehicles is gas, half the vehicles, half the stuff that we use is gas, half is electric, you have to have the infrastructure, period.
100%. Facts.
So.
Yeah, before you could have so you basically, they got to have a preference before you make it mandatory. You know what I mean? Like, okay. Because then you're gonna exclude most of the existing businesses right now, because it's not of the new way. All electronic is just not. That's unrealistic. Like, especially for these companies that travel distances. Man, I chop it with Slim all the time. He's going from state to state damn near every night. You know what I mean?
100%. I got rallies. I got rallies on the motherfucking oil field in Dallas that own their own trucking company. He got multiple trucks, man, out there balling, bro. 100%. He back and forth. That motherfucker don't want no motherfucking Tesla truck. Everything. 100%. Come on now. Peacock said every time it's a law passed, every time a law is passed because